Heat conduction. We are talking about fins, and today we will discuss two different cases: finite long fin with insulated tip and finite long fin with heat transfer from fin. That too we will discuss, and then we will discuss efficiency and effectiveness of fins, and we'll solve some numerical problems too. So let us start with this. Already case 1 we have discussed in a last lecture, that is heat dissipation from an infinitely long fin where L is infinite as mentioned, and we have gone through a derivation for that, and we derived the equation for temperature difference, and we have derived this equation, that is T minus TA, means T is a temperature at particular length, TA minus TO minus TA is ambient air temperature. Sometimes we are taking infinity also. It depends on the nomenclature the author is following. TO is a base temperature is equal to e raised to minus mx, that we have discussed, and when your m changes, how your graph changes we discussed. Based on that, we discussed two different methods. One is by considering the heat flow across the root base by conduction method, and by considering the heat which is transmitted by a convection form from the surface of the fin to the surrounding fluid we discussed. And the final equation we got, that heat transfer from fins, if we consider conduction method, then the equation comes to under root P is perimeter H, convective heat transfer coefficient K, conductivity, a cross section area, that is under root into TO minus base temperature minus ambient air temperature. And if you go for this method, a convection method, then also we have gone through the heat transfer equation. We get is same, Q equal to under root PHKAC into delta T. Now we will discuss a different case. The case 1 was infinite long fin. Now second case is heat dissipation from a fin insulated at tip. So here the condition where is that in first case our length was infinite, here we are having a finite length L. So length of fin is not infinite but finite. And second is our tip is insulated, means heat transfer from tip of a fin is neglected, means considered a zero. So this is what our condition is. I am not going to derive this, but the method is same as we have followed in case 1. The above, so the expression I have derived over here in case of finite length and insulated tip, the equation comes to theta upon theta O, means nothing but temperature difference, that is T minus TA divided by TO minus TA, will be equal to cos hyperbolic. So it is a hyperbolic function of cos H in bracket M L minus X divided by cos H M L. So the difference you can see here, in a previous case the equation was T minus TA upon TO minus TA will be equal to e raised to minus X, while in case of finite length and insulated tip the equation comes to cos H M L minus X divided by cos H M L. And if you represent this equation in terms of exponential term of M and L, then cos H M L minus X will be equal to e raised to M L minus X plus e raised to minus M L minus X divided by 2, and cos H M L will be equal to this. So you can put this value here and get the answer, or you can directly, if you can have M value that already we have discussed, M is under root HP upon KAC, you can put value of M, L and X, and you can directly get this temperature difference ratio. Once you have this temperature difference ratio, you can get the heat loss from a fin, and that equation comes to Q fin will be equal to under root HP KAC T minus TO. So this is a new term compared to case 1. In case 1, infinite log fin, the equation was this only, H under root HP KAC TO minus T infinity. When it comes to finite length fin and insulated tip, the 10 hyperbolic function. So 10 HML is added into it. So for case 2, temperature difference is this, and heat loss you can calculate using this equation. Same way we are having a third case, which is heat dissipation from a finite length of fin losing heat at tip. So again, the length is finite. We have considered as x equal to L, and in previous case we assumed that the fin's tip was insulated, so heat transfer from tip was neglected. Here we consider the heat loss from tip also, and an equation will be theta upon theta O will be equal to T minus TA, TO minus TA will be equal to cos H M L minus X plus H divided by K into M sin H M L minus X divided by cos ML plus H K M sin ML. This is what the equation for particular case, that is case 3, finite length losing heat from T. And if you get the heat transfer rate, the equation comes to under root HP KAC T minus TO. So this is a common term in all three cases. This term is added for particular case 3, that is 10 HML plus HKM divided by 1 plus HKM into 10 HML. So according to the data given in your numerical problem or physical situation, you can correlate your physical situation with either case 1, 2 or 3. Once you correlate with this, find out the variables data which are available to us, and we can put this value into equation, and we will have an answer of temperature if you want a temperature at particular point, or heat loss from a fin. So this is what 3 different cases we intended, we were interested into a calculation part. Now once you are having a fin, the ultimate goal of using fin is to increase the heat transfer rate. So our requirement in a practical situation where we want to dissipate heat at a faster rate into atmosphere, so that our object temperature will be within a temperature limit of for a proper functioning of your device. It should not, the temperature of your device should not increase beyond that. Example I have already given, that your mobile phone, if your mobile phone is heated up, then it will stop functioning. So some phones, if you are using say iPhone, if your temperature of mobile phone is beyond the limit, your iPhone will give you a pop-up that your phone will be not functioning for 5 minutes, 10 minutes like that. So this is a safety functions included into your electronic devices, and that is what our requirement is, to dissipate heat at faster rate so that we can maintain the temperature of our electronic system in a proper working condition. Right. So though our interest is to increase the heat transfer rate, but how efficient your fin is, so that is what we need to do a calculation for that. If you are using a different kind of fins, your task is to calculate its efficiency, that how efficient your fin is working. So let us start with the definition of efficiency of fin, and then we'll go further. What is efficiency of fin? The efficiency of a fin is defined as the ratio of actual heat transferred by the fin to the maximum heat transferable by fin if entire fin area were at the base temperature. So definition says that it is actual heat transfer by fin divided by the maximum possible heat transfer by fin. Now as we have seen in a first case, you can see here the infinite long fin, the temperature, base temperature is here, whatever is your object temperature, right? When you go in a x direction, means length direction, the temperature of fin will not be equal to a base temperature, right? So in actual case where we take the heat transfer, the base temperature will not be uniform throughout the fins, right? And that is why the ratio says that actual heat transfer by fin divided by the maximum heat that would be transferred if whole surface of the fin is maintained as the base temperature. So if your whole fin is at base temperature, the heat transfer rate will be a maximum, and if you take this ratio, it will give you the fin efficiency. For a fin which is infinite long, the first case, the efficiency equation is the actual heat transfer by fin, which we have already derived, that is under root HPKAC TO minus T infinity or TO minus TA divided by HPL, that is the maximum heat transfer rate, into delta T. And if you rearrange this, the final term will come is KAC divided by HPL square, and still KAC divided by HP is nothing but 1 upon M. Already we have discussed, so final efficiency terms comes to 1 upon ml. So if you want to get the efficiency of infinitely long fin, you should have a non-parameter, that is conductivity of your material, fin material, cross-section area, convective heat transfer coefficient, and perimeter, and of course length. If all the parameters are known to you, you can get the efficiency of this kind of fin. The second is for a fin which is insulated at tip, same way you can put the value of heat transfer, actual heat transfer rate. So as we have discussed, in this particular equation, this is actually your under root stops here. This will not be under root, it's a mistake. So for fin which is insulated at tip, your equation is HPKAC delta T into tan H function is added here, divided by a maximum heat transfer rate is same. You can rearrange this and it will come to tan H ml divided by ml, where m is nothing but under root HP divided by KAC. So now if perimeter is known to you, if you want to write the equation in terms of perimeters, means length and width are known to you, you can write H into perimeter is 2b plus 2y divided by K, cross section area is b into y, and into L. So this way you can calculate the efficiency of fin which is insulated at tip, and same way you can calculate finite length fin with heat loss from tip. Same way you can put and you can get the answer. So the one term which we have discussed is once you are using the fin, our task is to calculate its efficiency. If it is more efficient, good enough. If not, then alternative way we have to think about that. So second criteria to measure the performance of fin is its effectiveness. What is effectiveness? The definition of effectiveness says that effectiveness of fin is the ratio of fin heat transfer rate to the heat transfer rate that would exist without a fin. Means effectiveness is heat transfer with fin divided by heat transfer without fin. And obviously our interest is that the heat transfer by using fin should be a more, so effectiveness of fin should be more than 1. If your heat transfer with fin is equal to without fin, then there is no use of adding extra material in terms of fins if you cannot increase the heat transfer rate, right? So this Q with fin, Q without fin, this is a ratio which is called effectiveness, and that should be greater than 1, then feasible and useful. Equation already known to you, that is HPKAC into delta T divided by HAC delta T, and that comes to under root P into K divided by H into AC. This is for infinite long fin. For a straight rectangular fin of thickness of y and width b, means when your rectangular fin dimensions are known to you, that is width is b and thickness is equal to y, you can get this ratio P upon AC. We have got P upon AC is perimeter is 2 times b plus y divided by cross section area is b into y. So ratio comes to 2 by y. Then your efficiency, effectiveness of fin will be equal to under root 2k divided by h into y. So it depends on effectiveness for infinitely long fin and rectangular shape. It depends on only 3 parameters. One is conductivity of material, second is convective heat transfer coefficient, and third is thickness of your fin. So this is what we have discussed, 3 different cases of fin and efficiency of fin as well as the effectiveness of fin. Now from the relation of fin effectiveness, following results can be inferred. So equation we have derived effectiveness. Discuss the results inferred from this effectiveness term. The Fin effectiveness, that is under root Pk divided by HAC, should be greater than unity, as I mentioned. As it is a ratio of heat transfer with fin without fin, so it should be greater than unit, then and then it is useful. If the ratio of heat transfer from the primary surface is to be improved, it has been observed that use of fins on surface is justified if only your Pk divided by Hc is greater than 5. So if you are designing a fin, if your ratio is greater than 5, then and then this fin will be effective, you can call. So your design should be according to that. First thing. Second is, if the ratio of perimeter and cross section area P and AC is increased, the effectiveness of fin is improved. Means if you increase the perimeter and cross section area, the effectiveness of fin will be improved. Due to this reason, thin and closely spaced fins are preferred. Thin and closely spaced fins are preferred. If you have observed in a last lecture, we discussed the fins. I have shown you some figures. In one figure is your air conditioner evaporator fins and air conditioner condenser fins. If you see on your evaporator tubes, there are small thin plates which are spaced closely into a small space, so that your heat transfer rate will increase, so that your performance of apparatus, means air conditioner, will increase. So that is why it's mentioned here. This thin and closely spaced fins are preferable. The lower limit on the distance between two adjacent fins, means pitch, is governed by the thickness of boundary layer that develops on the surface of the fins. The boundary layer theory we have not till discussed, but in a convection chapter we will discuss boundary layer thickness. Maybe in fluid mechanics you have gone through some basic idea about boundary layer thickness, but we will discuss in convection, so that it is governed by the thickness of boundary layer that develops on the surface of the fin. Third is, the use of fins is only justified where h is small. Means if you are having already a forced convection mechanism, then there will not be as much necessity of increment in an area to get the heat transfer effects, because you have a different parameters. Means if your convection heat transfer happens forcefully, your H value will be very high, and as your H is high, your heat transfer rate will be higher only, right? So that is why it is mentioned the use of fin is only justified where H is small. Finning is hardly justified unless your H is less than 0.25 into Kp into AC. So you check this value for going for a fin. If the value of H is large, as experienced in boiling, condensation and high velocity fluids, the fins may actually produce a reduction in a heat transfer. So when H is less, the fins are justified. Fourth is, it is also apparent that the use of fins will be more effective with materials of larger thermal conductivity. Although copper is superior to aluminium regarding thermal conductivity, yet fins are generally made of aluminium, since it means aluminium is cheaper in cost and lighter in weight. So actually the heat transfer rate through fins depends on as conductivity. As conductivity is high, your heat transfer rate will be high. But if you compare the conductivity of copper and aluminium, copper conductivity is slightly higher than aluminium, but in terms of cost, copper is costlier than aluminium, and that is why the fins are normally made of aluminium, not in copper. So if you are having those who are having air conditioner at your home, you may open your condenser coil, or you can open your evaporator inside your room, and you can check, though your pipes or tubes carrying the refrigerant is of copper material, but the fins provided onto tubes are not a copper type, it is aluminum material. And the reason behind that is cost of material and conductivity of aluminum is not so less compared to copper, so you can use it. So we have discussed now different cases, and we would like to solve one numerical problem so that we can understand how we can use the equations which we have derived, how to calculate its efficiency, and how to calculate the effectiveness of the things. So data says that a steel rod, so material is steel given. A rod means it is a cylindrical material. The conductivity of material is given 32 watt per meter Celsius, 12 mm in diameter and 60 mm long, with an insulated end. Means your data is given that it is an insulated fin at tip. So heat transfer from tip is neglected. Q from tip is assumed 0. Diameter is given 12. So phi is 12 given. That is in mm. You can convert into a meter. And length is given as 60. So this is actually a second case where length of fin is finite, means 60 mm. Shape is circular, means rod is cylindrical system, and second is tip is insulated, so that is a case 2. Insulated end is to be used as spine. It is exposed to surrounding with a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius and a heat transfer coefficient is 55. So the surrounding temperature is given as 60 degrees Celsius. Heat transfer coefficient, convective heat transfer coefficient is given H equal to 55 watt per meter square Celsius, and temperature at the base of the fin means this is your base temperature of fin is 95 degrees Celsius. Determine, first is to calculate the fin efficiency, second is the temperature at the edge of the spine, and third is heat dissipation. So three things we have to calculate: efficiency, temperature, and heat dissipation. Okay, so according to data given, diameter is 12 mm given, means you can convert into meter, so 0.12 meter. Length is 60 mm, means 0.06 meter. Surrounding temperature is 60 degrees Celsius. Conductivity of material is given 32, and convective transfer coefficient is 55, and TO is base temperature is 95 degrees Celsius. So based on this given data, we'll calculate one by one fin efficiency, temperature, and heat dissipation rate. So we have gone through the case 2 in which the fin efficiency for finite length fin with insulated tip, the efficiency term is efficiency of fin is equal to 10 HML divided by ML, where M is under root HP K into AC. So H is a variable whose value is known to us. Perimeter for cylindrical system is a pi d. Conductivity, which is known to us, and area, cross section area of rod is pi by 4 d square. So if you simplify this equation, it comes to 4 times H divided by K into D. As your H is in watt per meter square Celsius, so your D should be also in a meter. So it is converted into a meter. So 4 times H is 55. Conductivity is known to us, and diameter converted into a meter. The M term comes to 23.93. Once your M value is known to you, you can put this value into equation. So 10H M into L, the length of the fin is given 60 mm. So that is converted into a meter. M we have already calculated, that is 23.93. So 10H 23.93 into 0.06 divided by ML if you do calculation for this, the ratio comes to 0.6218, means the efficiency of fin in terms of percentage is 62.18%. So for this particular data, the efficiency of fin is 62.18%. The same problem we will solve with some tool, because we want to check actually if some parameters varies, what will be the effect on fin efficiency. So after the solving this numerical over here, we will I will explain this problem in a MATLAB, so that we can change the variable value, either h, either p, either k or ac, and we'll check the effect of different variable onto the efficiency of fin. So first part, we have calculated that efficiency of this particular fin is 62.18%. Now second term, second criteria we want to calculate is temperature at the edge of the spine. So equation already known to you, that T minus TA divided by TO minus TA will be equal to cos H m L minus X divided by cos H and L. Now our intention is to get the temperature at the edge, right? So X equal to L we have taken, means at the tip we want to calculate the temperature. So the above equation will be reduced to T at L we are calculating, so suffix L is written over here, TL minus TA divided by TO minus TA. As this term will be 0, so it will cos H0 will be equal to 1 divided by cos H and L. Now you put the values which are known to us. Ambient air temperature is 60, base temperature is 95, again ambient air temperature is 60, TL is at distance L we want to calculate temperature. So you put the value into equation, 1 upon cos H 23.93 into 0.06, answer comes to 0.45. So T1 will be equal to 60 plus this. If you rearrange this, the temperature you will get at X equal to L will be equal to 75.70. So you see this data, this is what our cylindrical rod is according to property of this material. I want to tell you that this temperature is 95 degrees Celsius, which is a base temperature, and surrounding temperature in which the heat transfer happen is 60 degrees Celsius, and we have calculated at X equal to L, the temperature at this point is 75.75 degrees Celsius, right? So, and that is why we are getting efficiency equal to 62%. If we assume that the throughout this object if is 95%, then the heat transfer rate will be a maximum, right? But actual condition is that as ambient air temperature is 60, conductivity of material is 32, according to material property and shape of your fin, the temperature is a difference. So you can see here the 95 temperature is, and through lengthwise when it comes to here is 75 degrees Celsius. Your temperature drops lengthwise, and that is why the efficiency of fin is not maximum, but only a 62.18%. So this is a temperature curve lengthwise. You may follow. This temperature is 95, and this is 75.75, means 76 degrees Celsius. Next is, so second term we want to calculate temperature, and that we have calculated 75.75 degrees Celsius. The next is heat dissipation rate, means once your fin is designed, we want to calculate the heat transfer rate from fin. So the heat dissipation for case 2 is Q fin equal to K cross section area into M TO minus T infinity 10 H and L. If you put this value, K is 32, cross section area is pi by 4 d square, M is HP under root KAC, and delta T if you put, then 10 H, M and L already we have calculated here. So M already calculated here into L. the heat dissipation through fin comes to 2.7 watt. So we have calculated three conditions: efficiency of fin, which we got a 62%, temperature 76%, and heat dissipation is 2.7. So that is what a numerical problem we have solved. Now our task, what I am interested is, if you have a different parametric values. So in this particular numerical, our values given are diameter 12, length 60, ambient air 60 temperature, conductivity 32, H 55, and T 95. If any of this value will vary, what will be the effect on all three terms: efficiency, temperature, and heat dissipation? Now, when you want to calculate when you want a parametric study, the hand calculation will not serve your purpose, because if one parameter will change, the whole calculation you need to do by a hand, and that is not feasible, right? So right now what we are doing is, all engineering disciplines people are using a different tools. You use any tool, either you use a Microsoft Excel or you use a C program. If already I hope C and C++ is in your syllabus and you are thorough with the programming in C. So if you want, you can use C programming also. Either you use MATLAB or engineering equation solver or any tool you are interested in. But I am using right now, I will demonstrate the parametric variable study using a MATLAB, and we will see that if one parameter will change, what will be the effect. So let us start the same problem, input as the data known to us. So what I am doing is, the same numerical problem I am solving with MATLAB. So let us start with this. The diameter given to us is, I am entering this value. So diameter is 12 mm. So I am directly writing into meter, 0.012 meter. Length is given 0.06 meter. Then TA is given 60. Conductivity of material is given 32. Then convective heat transfer coefficient is given 55, and TO is given a 95. So this we have gone through. Now we let us start the calculation part. So this is what a given data. We want to calculate the efficiency first. So let us calculate efficiency of fin. Equation is known to us. Equation is M fin, means efficiency of fin, equal to 10 H ml divided by ml. So first task is to calculate M. So let us calculate M. M will be equal to square root of H, we have already defined, into P. P we have not defined, but it is pi into D. So let me write pi into D, that is perimeter, divide by activity is K, into cross section area is pi by 4 D square. So pi by 4 into, let me run this. So let us check whether we are getting correct or not. So m we have calculated is 23.93. The same value we are getting here. So first task we have completed is m we have calculated. Now the efficiency of fin. So I am writing efficiency. The efficiency equation is 10h 10h into m, which we have already calculated, into L divided by m into L. Now I am running this, and so the answer we are getting is 0.6218. Same efficiency is 0.628. So what right now I am doing is whatever data is known to us, I am calculating it. So efficiency we have calculated. Then we'll change the parameters and do the calculation. So first task is efficiency we have calculated. Second is temperature we want to calculate. In case of calculation equation, the equation is T minus TO, where T is unknown, TA, TO, TA is known to us. That is equal to cos m, m is known to us, L minus X. We want to calculate temperature at tip. So the modified equation, when you take L, X equal to L, the modified equation is equal to 1 upon cos h ml. So your temperature equation will be T1 will be equal to 95 minus 96 divided by this plus 60. So I am writing equation in terms of T1, which TL, which will give us the answer. So TL will be equal to TO minus TA. That is the denominator term in this equation. Divide by cos h m into L plus TA. Sorry, I have to write here. So TL will be equal to 75.75. We are getting the answer 75.1. So second is done. We have done the calculation for temperature, and third we are doing is now the calculation of heat dissipation. Heat dissipation, Q fin. So for Q fin, your equation is, your Q fin will be equal to K into pi by 4 m into into 10h m. I am following this. So Q fin you will get is 2.71. So what we have done is we have solved the same, we have taken the same variable value and we have calculated in a tool called a MATLAB. Now I want to check that if your conductivity of material changes from 32 to suppose some different value, what will be the answer? So just to check, suppose my conductivity of material is higher, that it is not 32 but suppose 100, and if we calculate this, now you can check here. So if we check the conductivity value from 35 to 100, you can see here the efficiency value will increase from 62 in a previous case to 82.58 in this case. So when your conductivity increases, your efficiency of fin is increasing. As your conductivity is higher, so your temperature at the end of tip is also higher. Instead of 75, you can see here the value is 85, and the heat transfer from fin, in previous case it was 2.7. Now you can check here, it is 3.6 something value. So when your conductivity varies, your efficiency is increasing, your temperature is larger compared to less conductive material, and the heat transfer rate is increased. So as in PPT we discussed that if conductivity is more, your efficiency and effectiveness will be more. Let us take for a different parameter. Suppose convective heat transfer coefficient, instead of 55, if it is 75, what will happen? Now you can check here, when you go and changing your convective heat transfer coefficient, your efficiency in previous case was 62. Then when we change the conductivity value from 32 to 100, your efficiency was 82%. But when your convective heat transfer also is increasing, your efficiency decreases. So 82 to 72%. Your temperature at the tip is, instead of 85, now it is 83. But the heat transfer from fin is increased from 2.7 to 3.5, and in last case it is 4.6 something. So this way you can make your program in Excel, C, or any tool you want to use, but you do a parametric study so that you will come to know that what will be the effect of different variables onto output of your system. In our case, output we want in terms of efficiency, temperature, and heat transfer rate. So you can do this exercise at your home and check for a different condition. This is a case 2 we have discussed. You can have same calculation for case 1, that is infinite long fin with uh, heat transfer from tip. Second is finite length and heat transfer restricted, and third is finite length with heat transfer. So this is for showing you the different tools how to use for a numerical calculation. The subject like heat transfer and fluid mechanics requires many calculations. So better you at initial stage, you are in a 5th semester, you better you start with using the different tools so that it will be useful in your engineering practice. So today my part is over. If you have any query regarding this, you can ask. If you have any question, you can ask. Any question?